Hey, so, little heads up. I had a mishap while editing this, so it's gonna be weird. Alright, enjoy.
You wake up. No memory, no recollection of what's happening. Just finding yourself in a deep, dank hole. Suddenly, the urge to escape fills you, leaving you only with one conclusion. You must go up. For you find yourself in the Brockton sewers. Iron Lungs is a climbing survival horror game that released early access last year, where you use your white knuckles to climb up the chimney full of high heights and a pest infestation. It's a game so fun, you forget it's meant to be scary. Outlast, while a good game, did corrupt the horror games for a bit, making the majority of them walking sims with some light extra bits. But this is probably one of the most unique horror games I've seen since The Bear. The great survival horror revival was a success. Resident Evil the Ninth is one of the best games I've played this year. Indies are popping off in this environment as well. Play Karo Country. Anyway, the goal of the game is to climb as high as you can in the tower, at least to the top. There's a main campaign as well as some extra side modes, like some infinite stuff. I don't really mess with that, except one of the speedrunning levels because you get some cool gloves. Now, the main campaign is the game itself is built around climbing, finding little holes, nooks, and crannies to climb onto to get your way to the top. Now, of course, there's not going to be always a way path for you to climb. Sometimes you have to make your own path. Most of the time, though, there is a way forward where you don't have to use any special gadgets or gear. There's lots of ways for you to progress up the tower without you necessarily having to even interact with any of the items, which is really cool. It adds to like a lot of extra skill and like expression, I think. Speaking of items, you have several options for tools to help you scale that shaft. You got pitons, food, peptides, poles with rope, poles with bombs. All gonna be yours as long as you have enough roaches. Yeah, your currency for the tower is roaches. At the end of your run, if you die, it transfers into credits so you can continue on next run with them for permanent upgrades. The roaches don't stay though. You only keep like 5 run to run because they're more stronger. You can use them to buy items. I don't know why roaches are the currency. I guess they're made of gold. But, I guess I'll just have to ask the map pad I keep locked in my fridge. Speaking more of the world, it's quite interesting. You don't really know much outside of where you are, but where you are is quite cool. The first half of the game is entirely built around getting to habitation because it's the only place it seems it might have life. It's like where you live and stuff, so, you're being chased by a goop, and that's all you know. You're feeding little tidbits, but most of it is just some random workers aside on some random bullshit they were talking about that day. Though I do love the environments in this game. I love urban environment exploration, all that, and it's just simply like it's also randomly generated. It's rooms, so they are built beforehand, but it's randomly put together in order, and it still works amazingly. I quite love all the environments this game has thrown at me so far. I will say I have not beat the game yet. I've only got around halfway, so this is not more of a review, more of me talking about it, but I quite love the aesthetic. It's quite kind of a perfect game for me because I've always been more of a fan of that horror vibe, like a look to it. It just got quite of that like grimy sort of like built upon like I'm not supposed to be here look. I quite like other games. Something I'd say similar is the Evil Within, even though it's not like that. Also, the gameplay is just fun. I love speeding through these areas, and I love using the like creative solutions to these problems, and more and more threats get thrown your way. Let's talk a little bit about the monsters in this game, because they're all quite fun to deal with, at least. There's none I think are annoying, and also some are quite helpful. These little bug guys, they come over here to mess up your stuff sometimes. They're a little annoying, can knock you off, but they're pretty alright. I don't know if I got into the recording. You'll see it if I do. But there's little hacksaw dudes, kind of like the things from Half-Life. If you played that game, which I don't know if you, I would you haven't. Anyway, I've only experienced it once. I don't have too many opinions on them. These little barnacle dudes, they grab you and pull you. Fucking let go of me, you little bastard. But you do can grab onto their like tentacles and use them to jump around, which is really cool. It can lead to some like improvised moments if you need like something in a pinch. Of course, as you get to the second area, you deal with some crazy ass things that I won't say because I want you to play this game. And as you explore the Brockton sewers, you're gonna slowly start hearing over the intercom voice starts saying random bullshit, and it is all bullshit. The Nothing they say ever happens. At one time, it told me to run, and I waited there. I fell down like 30 feet after that, and there's nothing there. I was like, ooh, yeah, it's just trying to freak you out. I'd be careful and cautious on listening to that thing. This is a little bit of an aside, but I'm kind of finding myself getting less scared by horror games. It's not that I don't get scared, because I can watch a scary movie and shit my pants off. It's just that it's becoming a bit predictable. I think the jump scares and stuff aren't really helping much. This game, though, is a step in a great direction, because it's just kind of a threat. It's just always coming at you. It's a problem, and you die, and that means a setback. A huge setback as you start from square one. Square one. Which I quite like. Kind of reminiscent of more older games than the genre type, like Resident Evil and the like. I'll say, other than the main campaign, its other offerings are very fun as well. Of course, the infinite mode is just more of the campaign, but like extended by a trillion. But I'd say the highlight has to be the speedrunning levels. It's just so fun to move and glide through things in this game that it's very enjoying trying to go for a high score or beat your friend score or time. It's just very enjoyable. Recommend. On top of that, there's tons to unlock and find secrets to find. Like in the first area, you see this like little hatch thing that if you go into it, it tells you there's a code that's an habitation. I haven't found that yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing what it opens. I would talk about the sound and the music a little bit, but I can't show it because the footage I took has my hot ass breath cursing through it for the entirety of it. As an ending remarks, this game is freaking wicked. I 100% recommend it. 8 out of 10. Remember, y'all, let your heart